Good morning, traders. I'm Dan Pavlonis, Senior Market Strategist here at RJO Futures. I'm here to talk about the currencies. And coming into this morning, let's talk about a little bit of stabilization in the dollar going forward. I think that we're going to see a stronger dollar. Over the last several weeks, we've seen the dollar start to bottom out, come over higher, start to move over in strength. And ever since we've started to see tapering here in the U.S., we're getting closer and closer to reduce the amount of quantitative easing on a monthly basis, but also mortgage-backed securities. And what that's doing is supporting the dollar in a way that is strengthening our import and export, but also in the peripheral countries over in the Eurozone, it's also taking some of the weight off of the Eurozone in general. So going forward, I think we're going to continue to see that, and it should strengthen up the Eurozone a little bit more. We saw current accounts come in a little bit better than expected in the Eurozone. So we see countries like Italy and Spain, for instance, that are starting to see a little bit more import-export business. And because of that, we're starting to see a little bit more weakness in the dollar. I think as more and more of that, those economic indicators come out a little bit more or a little bit stronger, that should theoretically weaken the euro more and more. Going forward. But the biggest question going into next weekend in the Eurozone is the election. So I think that's one of the biggest proponents that's actually weighing on the euro right now. So we're going into a 3-day weekend here in the States, and some volume's starting to taper off a little bit going forward into the weekend. But with everything that's going on in Ukraine, with Russia, the U.S. sanctions and stuff like that, I don't think that's I think initially that weighed on the markets, but slowly but surely it's just coming to in a sense, just being baked into the proverbial cake of the market. So it's already consumed. The idea has already kind of initialized itself into the basis of the market. And I think going forward, the two biggest proponents of the direction of the market is going to be the Eurozone exports. Is the Eurozone going to strengthen moving forward? They really haven't done anything to bail out their banks or anything of that nature. And Mario Draghi on a weekly basis comes out and says that they're going to try some accommodative moves or accommodation, and thus far they haven't done anything. So the weakness in the euro is really going to eyes are looking on that as being the stabilization of the eurozone. Some of the stronger countries might come out of this a little bit more stronger now that the euro is weakening. And in the States, I mean, I think a boon to our country could be a stronger dollar. It's good for the markets. Interest rates, I don't think, are going to go up anytime soon. But as we taper, I think we're tapering into more strength over here in the U.S. And that should theoretically roll over into the Eurozone. So if you have any questions, feel free to give me a call. Dan Pavlonis, Senior Market Strategist here at RJO Futures. Futures and options on futures may involve substantial risk and may not be suitable for all investors.